the dream work. All right, Leigh Perry in Evansville, Indiana. Welcome to the Sunday night team call. And that's perfect timing. I'm going to start this meeting as we do all of our meetings with our signature message. And you guys can all say it with me, please. All right, I am part of a growing team of entrepreneurs with a shared mission to protect and empower 2 million new families and small businesses with Legal Shield's network of law firms and world-class identity theft services. What we do matters, and we are looking for help. And we have 2 of our new associates on the line tonight. Congrats to those of you that are jumping on for the first or second time. Welcome, welcome. And it is my great honor to pass it to our story coordinator. And you know, Annette Zobar labors behind the scenes for us to always have great stories. Those of you that don't know her, she just moved to Gulfport, Mississippi. Ms. Zobar, take it away.
Well, thank you so much, Leigh. And thank you, Matt, for starting us off and subbing for Steve Beck. So yeah, it's story time. Like Leigh said, my name's Annette Zobar, Gulfport, Mississippi, background QuickBooks consulting. So every single week we do this story segment. Why? Well, stories are really important. They are how we share the incredible impact Legal Shield has on the lives of our members and our associates. You know, they motivate us and they help us make connections with our prospects. And they're especially important because you can borrow these stories you're about to hear. So whether you're brand new or you've been around a while, pay attention to how the story's told, who told it, their background, and you might even want to contact them for a 3-way call if their story will speak to a prospect. So for our first story, we are going out to Colorado to hear from Mr. Paul McAllister. I am so sorry. Paul, you're on.
Hey, thank you, Annette. I've been called much worse, so no problem. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
All righty. Well, my story is, well, my background is construction, and I live in Northern Colorado. My story is about coachability and building rapport. A few days ago, I had sent a video to a Facebook friend that had lost his job, and just asked him if he'd take a look at it. It was the video by Brian Carruthers and Jackie Cote, and he responded and said, "Nah, I'd rather find a real job. Thanks for the offer, though." Well, I waited a little bit, and then I started to craft a response and say, well, you know, this really is a real job, and I was going to go down that line. And then I was remembering a year and a half ago or something, Lynn Schuessler Williams had coached me on just doing little bites and, you know, not getting into an argument with anybody and all that. So I just stopped and I waited a while, and then I totally shifted gears, and I just started asking him questions about things that we had a common interest in. And it ended up about 40 minutes later, after back and forth on everything else other than about Legal Shield, he said, could we meet sometime? And so we met this afternoon and had lunch. And so just building that rapport, and I love the way that works. And back to you.
Thank you so much, Paul. That is a great story. You know, building relationships is what it's really all about. You know, sometimes when I hear some of the top people talk about their success, I have this idea in my head that just is totally my idea, that, you know, memberships just fall out from the sky, and they don't. We need to learn how to handle objections. We need to learn how to handle them in a good way, and building a relationship with someone is sometimes the best way to do that. And you're doing that, Paul. Thank you so much. So we are now going over to Boerne, Texas to hear from Ms. Jane Lehman.
Boerne, Texas. Yeah, this is Jane. And you know, today, Annette, I was reminded of a story that we heard. An attorney told this story, that he had a single female, one of his members, our members, I should say, called him up And she didn't know where else to turn for advice. So she turned to her Legal Shield attorney and she asked him the following question. She said, would you tell me if this is too much? The man at my garage said that it will only cost $500 to change both water pumps on my car. Is that too much money? Well, the attorney said, give me the number to that garage. And he called up the mechanic. And when he got the man on the phone, he said, I'm calling on behalf of so-and-so, my client. And buddy, you and I both know that there's only one water pump on a vehicle. So exactly how much do you really plan to charge my client? Because I'm about ready to come in and close you down. Well, that garage owner was so shocked that of course, she got her water pump changed free of charge. And that's the power of Legal Shield. Sometimes it's not even a legal situation, but he was able to help her out. And that was a powerful story. Back to you.
Wow, that is a powerful story. I tell you, our law firms have our back. And, you know, when you can get service like that, it is great. And truly, this one seems, you know, people take advantage of one another. This might seem obvious to someone that is familiar with cars, that she was being taken advantage of, but you know what, we're taken advantage of all the time and we don't even realize it. So it's so great that this attorney had her back. So we now have 2 more stories to add to your resources. And I know each of you on this Zoom have stories that the rest of us need to hear. So please get in touch with me to share them with the team. You can find my number and my email on the successpartnerscalendar.com. So get in touch with me. And we are now going out to the amazing Ms. Dani Goeden for some training.
Good evening, everybody. Yes, so Leigh and I were kind of talking back and forth, trying to figure out what you guys would want to hear on our Sunday team calls. I did make a post, by the way, on our Team Ascent page, so please go comment if we would like to know what you guys are thinking, what you'd like to hear on our Sunday calls moving forward, as Leigh and I are trying to come together and do different things for you, and we want to make sure that we're accommodating everybody. With that being said, we decided tonight that a lot of people need to kind of refine their why. Why are they in this business? Why are they doing what they're doing? And so I'm going to do a training on finding your why. So let me go ahead and pull up my PowerPoint here. Hope y'all can see that. Give me a thumbs up if you can. Awesome. I love thumbs ups. Awesome. All right. Well, just so y'all know, I am a very big fan of Simon Sinek, and this training comes directly from him. So this is not my content. I will just say that right now. So the first thing is the golden circle. So when you're finding your why, you need to know what. What is it that you want? How are you going to get it? And why are you doing it? Right? So to clarify, it all starts with clarity. You want to know why you're doing what you do. Why are you doing this? And how are you going to do this? So when you continue on, your why is unique to you and it can't be compared to somebody else. My why is because I want to take my kids places, travel, let them have experiences that they never had, and that's changed over the years. I want my husband to continue to be able to work from home with us and do the things with the kids with us. And, when I first got started, my why was I really, really wanted out of retail business because I was stuck. I was stuck in a part-time job. And then my why transitioned, I just want to be home with my kids. I want to be a stay-at-home mom because now I'm a mom of 3 children. And then it transitioned to, I want to bring my husband home. Well, we did that. So your why is ever changing and you got to know that. And so you just got to ask yourself different questions. And we're going to get into those questions here in a minute. But this is one of the quotes from Simon Sinek's book. All of the great leaders of the world think and act the same way. They lead with their why and follow with their how and their what. So how are they going to do it? And what are they going to use to get to their why? So hopefully your how is that you're going to market more memberships or build a bigger team in Legal Shield, and your what is the Legal Shield, right? So everybody, I hope you have a pen and paper, because we're going to write down some 10 questions, and I'm going to give you guys time to answer them. And so here we go. All right, this is an exercise for you to find your why. What one thing do you wish your parents had known about in life that would have made things easier or better for them? So, what one thing do you wish your parents had known about in life that would have made things easier or better for them? Now, I wish my parents would have had some financial education. You know, we were a middle-class family, but not always acted very middle class, because my parents didn't have financial education. Number 2, what did you miss most in your childhood? What's the thing that you would like as a do-over in your childhood? You know, one of the things that I missed doing was we didn't travel as much as I would have liked. We did travel. I was an only child. I did travel, but we didn't travel as much as we liked. And I would have liked a lot more experiences with my family, more than the things. And I realize even now, I give my kids more things than I do experiences with them. Number 3, is there any guidance that would have influenced your life positively that you wish someone had given you when you were a teen? Absolutely. Can think of many influences that I wish I would have had as a teenager. I wish, like John Dredden, he got introduced to personal development as a teenager. I wish I'd gotten introduced to personal development as a teenager. What is your belief statement? I believe that blank. Number 5, how do you support or contribute to this idea or principle that you believe? Okay. I can't see everybody, so give me a thumbs up to the ones that I can see. Let me know if you're ready to move on to the next questions.
Repeat that last one again.
The last one is, how do you support or contribute to this ideal or principle that you believe? I want you to know that you can find all these questions in Simon Sinek's book, Finding Your Why. I took all these questions from his book. Okay, I'm going to go to the next set of questions. Number 6, what profound impact would you like to have on other people's lives? Now, I would like to be able to volunteer more. I would like to be able to set up a nonprofit for single dads. Why single dads? Well, my husband was a single dad for a while, and he struggled with the court system getting custody of his children. And he was a good person. And I've met a lot of good men who do not have custody of their children. And that is just something that we are super passionate about. Number 7, how do you know when you have done a good job? Is it a feeling? Is it an act? How do you know? Number 8, if you had $10 million to spend on a charity of your choice, how would you spend it? You know, I said that my husband and I would like to help single dads. We would spend it on their legal defense. It is very problematic of how much money custody battles take. We would love to help with that. What personal qualities or achievements do you want to be remembered for? What do you want your legacy to be? And if you could supersize one thing you do well, what would your superhero skill be? So let you guys take the time to answer these, and then I would love for some of you to open up and share some of your answers. One of your most profound answers. Give me a thumbs up if y'all are good. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Perfect. All right. All right. So let's go ahead and open the room up. I would like to see who would like to share some of their answers that they came up with. Mr. Bagley.
Good evening, Danny. This is Robert Bagley in Louisville, Kentucky. My answer to question 9 was being a single dad. I raised 3 sons, never had a custody battle with my former wife because I wanted what the kids wanted. They were 14, 12, and 11 at the time. I had raised them from 10, 8, and 7. So I had taught them to make their own decisions, and they chose what they wanted, and each one was different. My former wife decided that she wanted to do something different, and so I just sat back and let the court decide, and they decided for the kids. I am really proud of the fact that all 3 of them have been contributing to their communities in different parts of the continent, and it's a legacy that continues. Back to you.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing.
Awesome.
Appreciate that. Who else would like to share one of their answers? Jane? You're muted, Jane.
Sorry about that. What came out for me, wow, either number 4 or number 10. Ooh, which one do I go with? I'll go with number 4. And because you said the question and I simply wrote it down, I believe, and I firmly believe, that I have everything it takes to reach the top levels of this company.
Absolutely. I love that. What's your number 10? Go for it.
Go for it. Oh, yeah, number 10. Again, you said if your superpower, if you could do anything with it. My superpower, and this came just out of me, was giving everyone the experience of feeling joy right where they are right now. Because imagine anyone, wherever you are, feeling joy, feeling happiness, imagine how much that would raise the entire vibration of the planet. It would be incredible. I would love to be able to have everyone experience joy right now.
Absolutely. And I love watching Mr. Dredden's reaction to that, because I know that is a big part of his consergo, is raising the vibration of the planet. So that is awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Who's next?
Hello, my name's Dani.
Hi, Dani.
And
Welcome.
thank you. I actually have number 2 and number 9.
Okay.
Number 2, I wish that I could have spent more time with my grandparents. I lost both set of my grandparents at an early age, and there's a lot of family history that I know I could have benefited on if I had have spent more time with them. So that's one thing that I would like to have changed. And number 9, I'm big on financial literacy, so I would like to educate more children between the ages of 8 and 18 on financial literacy, because I know if I had have been educated on financial literacy, I would have probably made better decisions in life.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree. And I bet almost everyone on this call would absolutely agree that financial literacy for younger age would be very beneficial. I know it would have been for me. Absolutely. John Bradley, did I see your hand up too?
You did, yes. I chose number 7. How do you know when you've done a good job? I have a sense of satisfaction. And Dani, you and I are on the same page here because we're such urchins, we're such perfectionists. But once I do something and I know that I did a good job, there's a sense of satisfaction that I feel and I'm proud of and accepting of. So back to you.
Awesome. Absolutely. So now I appreciate everybody that has shared. Now I want you guys to look at those 10 questions and your 10 answers. And what is a common theme that you see on there? What is it that you are passionate about? Why are you doing this business? Why are you here? You know, I said that, you know, I'm here because I want to keep my husband home. But the further I get into these questions, the further I find that it's more than that. We want to have a nonprofit business for single dads. We want to support them. And it just happens that we want to support them legally, and we work in Legal Shield, right? That's kind of a coincidence, I'm not gonna lie, but it got us thinking because my husband constantly says, I wish I had Legal Shield when I was going through the battle with the state for my children. I wish I'd had this advice and consultation so that I would have known what to say and what to do when the police showed up at my door and took my kids away. And that is powerful, and that is moving for us. And that is what moves us forward because we want to help those people. That is our true, and I mean true, deep down, gonna make us cry why. Your why should make you cry. I know, and I don't know if he's willing to share it again, but Mr. Bagley, I helped him find his why. He is super. Can I share, Robert? Okay. I just wanted to double check before I share your story, but he is super in love with his wife. He wants to provide for her, but he doesn't know how. I shouldn't say doesn't. He didn't know how. He didn't know what she wanted because she didn't really want anything. And I said, well, what does she like? She likes money, is what he said. She likes to put the money in the bank and just see the money. And so we got to having a conversation in Phoenix, and I said, well, what if you started getting your Performance Club checks and you put those Performance Club bonus checks in her bank account and she sees that money, because that's what she wants to see and that's what she wants. And I think he had a moment that he realized, wow, I didn't think of it that way. And for everybody, it's a little different. So I'm asking you all, if any of you wants to share that has put a compilation of these together, what is your true why? Because it's more than I want to keep my husband home. It's more than I want to make my wife happy. What is your true why? Anybody want to share?
Danny, I'll go real quick. Jane Lehman, what I came up with, the continuing thread through everything I said was family, being close to family, doing things with family, providing for my family, leaving a legacy for family. It all really boiled down to being with family.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing, Jane. Anybody else? Lisa.
You know, I mean, this crosses so many boundaries, and maybe not boundaries, but just creating an environment for everyone to be successful in what they deem their success is. Just giving them the tools and the availability and the support to help them, you know, be their best selves. That's it for me.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else?
Hi, this is Tony Rake in Clarksville, Indiana. I just wanted to say there's nothing more comforting than to walk around with having a lawyer in your pocket. I love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love it. Awesome. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys all doing that with me, that exercise with me. I would like to go out to Mr. Drennan and see if he has any comments on the why, because I know he knows exactly how important having a why is, and just would like you to jump in here and any few comments that you might have.
Thanks, Danny. I love this topic. When you got started, I pulled out my copy of Start With Why, and when I was going through it, just looking at a lot of the parts I'd yellowed and underlined. And the thing in network marketing, more than other things, is the importance of a why. And I say other things because you're at a job, the why's built in. If you don't do the work, you lose your job, lose your income, lose your benefits. If you invest $1 million in a franchise and you're asked to go to 2 weeks of training, there's no way you're going to jeopardize your $1 million investment. You're going to go to training. But here, you know, we get started for $100, and you know, if you treat it like $100 business, it won't do much for you. But if your why is like that of owning a franchise, it'll change everything. So our why is actually our fuel. It's a fuel that moves us when we're stuck, when we're not feeling like doing it, when we feel like quitting, giving up. It's our why that keeps us moving. So this is actually a really great topic. So thanks for bringing it back to you.
And thank you for those quick comments. I super appreciate that. And with that, I'm going to head back over to our host, Miss Leigh Perry.
Thank you so much, Danny. Everybody, big hand for Danny doing our training tonight. We all need to be reminded of our why. And like many of you, I'm sure my why has changed since I started in Legal Shield. I have a more intent purpose now than I did ever before. And I wanted to share with you all real quick before we go to Matt for a closing video, that Debbie Millman, who is an author, artist, visual storyteller, and designer, said this: if you imagine less, less will be what you undoubtedly deserve. Do what you love and don't stop until you get what you love. Do what you love and don't stop until you get what you love. And with that, folks, I'm going to ask Matt to stop the recording and say thank you all for coming tonight.